Hi, this is Fred Bretsky at the AECOO Connector Lab here in the Sait campus. Here we've been able to augment this bungalow, which is part of the second-year blueprint package for the pipe trades here at Sait. This is going to show the basement floor and the main floor of this house. Now, what's great about this is we can see the piping underground, which would be really cool. Can you imagine if you get your house built by mixed reality? Well, this is the house from the blueprint. We just augmented out of the blueprint. And then you could actually see the plumbing underground. This would save so many problems, because you must realize that if I send two plumbers to one house, or the same model of the house, they're going to rough it in a different way. They don't show the rough-in plumbing on the blueprint. That's what we teach them here at Sait. So this one I roughed in, and this is probably the closest you could get to actually doing it in real life. I've tried to do this to almost one-to-one scale. So this is a bungalow. We're looking at the basement right now because I want to look at the basement plumbing. So here's the rough-in. So this would be the buildings who are outside. So out here would be on city property line, and then in here would be the sanitary building drain, which is right inside the foundation wall. And there you're looking at the clean out, so we should really pull this up higher, shouldn't we? So I'm going to pull this up higher so you can see it's right above the floor. You'd see this clean out, and there the rest of the piping would be under the floor. So that's our normally open backwater valve. So when you're roughing in a house, we want to keep the pipe as straight as possible, which is what we've done here. Today we're just going to show you a bit of the underground. So when the plumber first came in, he roughed in the Y here, and this is a 4x3 Y. In SketchUp, it's all to scale so you can measure it, but I wrote down the measurements. It's 3 foot here. And so I just took a 3x2 Y off and went down to our entertainment sink or bar sink, which is right here. And there we call this an entertainment sink or a bar sink. Still haven't hooked up the P-trap. And there, let's keep that still. And there we did a multi-story wet vent right up to our kitchen sink on the top floor. And there you can see I offset the stack vent around the window, and it goes up through the roof. So if we come back into the building here, and let's go back to the sanitary building drain over here. Here's our building drain. The sanitary building drain begins, see how we ask the question here, where does the sanitary building drain begin? It begins at the most upstream soil or waste stack, branch or fixture drain that has a toilet on it. In this particular case, the most upstream stack would be right here in the mechanical room. I'm going to lift him up a little more. Right here in the mechanical room. And, how you doing, bro? And down a bit. And here's the main clean out. So if you follow it, the most upstream toilet would actually be this trap arm going to this toilet as I walk through a wall right here. And there's a toilet above. So that's the most upstream stack with a toilet on it. And there's your building drain. Over here, I've run a floor drain, as you can see. And you can run that floor drain 32 feet, apparently, according to the code, 2563, is without a vent if it's 4 inches. And then over here, I wide off again off the sanitary building drain, and I am now taking this 3-piece bathroom in the basement here, which is this toilet, this lav, raise it up a bit, and this shower base, and they're all getting wet vented up this 3-inch stack through the shower and the vanity up above. The toilet's not involved with this wet vent, it's getting wet vented into that stack. So I'm really stack venting these 2 toilets up here. Then if we go over here, this bathtub is too far away, so it's being individually vented. And there you can see there's 2 options for this vent. for this individual vent for this bathtub. Let's bring it down so you can see. I'll just walk through the bathtub here. You can put the clean out up here in the towel closet, or you could put it down here. And my preference would be up above, so you can access it better. So as you can see with mixed reality, it's great. You can see all the underground works. In the future, we'll be probably testing and inspecting with mixed reality because of its advantage of, if you do it to scale, you know where all the piping is. Now in the past, we used to use other methods to try and find them, and they weren't that accurate. So here I am above. So I'm going to, one last thing before we finish this video, or I run out of time. I'll just bring you up in the kitchen and bring this down. And here we are in the kitchen. And as you can see, here is my dishwasher and my double kitchen sink and the continuous waste for it. And walk around. You can't really put these pipes in the outside wall. That's why that's offset. But you can put the vent in the outside wall. And so that's basically it for today, as you can get an overall view of how we rough in a house. So in second year blueprint, and I use it in third year too, we're going to use a QR code to augment this house right out of the blueprint, and then take them down here to the AECOO Lab and walk through it and teach people, bring the site right to Sait. That's what we're doing. So we can teach our apprentices right here on the Sait campus. So that's it for today. We'll hopefully do a commercial building next time.